Get in on the action this season with Underdog's Pick'em game. Select higher or lower between 2 and 8 players and compete for up to 325 times your entry. Use code DIRECTOR when signing up to receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash and a free pick. Go to Bolt fam, it's the Director. Chargers fans, we're rounding the corner, man. This is insane. Feels like it was yesterday that we were just starting to look up prospects, getting excited about maybe Colston Loveland, other Michigan guys, Kenneth Grant. Now we're all the way up into what? Now in mid-April, just a couple of weeks away from the NFL draft. Not even that, what, like a week and a half? It's coming, dude. We got, what, 2 episodes left of our mock drafts. Should be Mondays, but we had some stuff going on yesterday. So mock draft episodes. And we're almost there, man. The real deal, just around the corner. And I wanted to do something special today to signify how close we are to the draft. I want to do my first 7-round mock draft in today's episode. But not just that. We're going to do it a little bit different than we normally do. You guys will normally see, like, you know, draft slides and stuff I've put together. We're going to do it a little different today. We're actually going to go straight to PFF and kind of do a mock draft together on the fly. Just to kind of see what it looks like, you know, when prospects fall to you, when you got different, you know, scenarios thrown at you. It should be a good time. We did a lot of these last season. I decided to definitely do our first one today for this season. Now, before we do get things started, man, shout out to the sponsor, Underdog. Use code DIRECTOR to receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Newcomers take advantage of the free pick on screen. Great way to support my platform, especially now in the offseason, and have some fun along the way. Before we do kick things off, hit us up with a like and sub if you do enjoy this Chargers content. Small amount of time you guys take to like, sub, bell notification. Helps me out a lot. Let's get into it. Lights, camera, action.
Who's got it better than us?
Into the end zone, Charger fans are witnesses to history!
Our first 7-round mock draft. This is going to be insane, man. I hope I know enough prospects in and around that range to fill out 3 mock drafts. As you guys know, we always do on this channel. Mock draft A, B, and C. You guys can follow along and let me know which one of them are your favorite. Different moves now, especially, you know, out there, as you guys are going to see different prospects we could have selected in any round, any pick. Should be a lot of fun, man. You guys let me know in the comment section below. Again, some of the things you maybe would have done different. Some of the favorites in each mock draft. Should be a good time. So with that, I'm also going to say this. No trades in this one because 7 rounds is quite a long time. And I thought about maybe adding some in the future, but we'll have to wait and see because it does take quite a bit of time to line everything up, make sure everything is fair in terms of like compensation and stuff. So let's go ahead and start things off in the first round, and they're going to throw us a few curveballs here in mock draft A, okay? There's quite a few talent that I think was reached for a little bit. I think Walter Nolan is a great pick, but maybe a little bit high. Matthew Golden going a lot higher than I suspected as well. But it does leave some interesting talent still on the board, and some that I don't normally see available in and around this range, mainly being the edge rushers, Donovan Ezraku, who has visited with the Chargers, and Mike Green, who really is one of the better prospects you're going to find in this year's draft. He's a great, you know, successor to a guy like Khalil Mack, who's likely playing on his last year or two with the Chargers. He could really offer a lot to this team in terms of upside. You play him opposite, you know, Tuli Tuipulotu in the future. You can rotate him in this season very effectively. Really nice stats last season at Marshall. 17 sacks is out of this world. 90 run grade, 91 pass rush grade. Just an absolutely all-around, well-rounded athlete that does produce. A lot would say the second best edge rusher in this class. And honestly, guys, when you take a look at the Chargers' fundamentals in terms of how they value certain positions, it really does feel like, you know, offensive or quarterback, obviously at the very top, but you got stuff like offensive line and edge being really, really important to, you know, Jim Harbaugh, Jesse Minter. And it really are the positions that I would say help their systems thrive. And that's why I'm going to say, edge is a pretty big, important position. Mike Green being here at pick 22 is certainly special. Don't see that every day. So we're going to take Mike Green in the first round, and I feel pretty spectacular about the value there, man. I mean, Mike Green would be an absolute steal at 22 and would provide the Chargers excellent stability at the edge position now and going into the future. Now, another guy who, again, kind of shocked to see still here, Norman Lott. A great interior defensive lineman. Is he going to be what we go with? I don't know yet. ADP of around our pick anyway. Benjamin Morrison, one of my favorite cornerback prospects out of Notre Dame. Solid all-around guy as well. Dylan Sampson. Now, again, this is where I'm going to say my weakness is in this year's draft. I am such a believer in the running back class of 2025. I believe that you're going to see the future of the position come from this particular draft class. You guys know, like the wide receiver class of last year, it could be the future, but also, the Justin Jefferson year. You really see a amount of stars come out of some positions, each year. And I really do think it's running back this season. And I want a slice of it so bad. And I think some of the best value you're going to find. So I'm maybe not value, but some of the best production in terms of you're getting like first round talent, in the second round. The amount of names that should still be available, I wouldn't be completely shocked. I would be especially not completely shocked if, Cam Scatabo is still there. Caleb Johnson maybe has a shot of still being available at 22, but some of the names that I consistently see in round 2 at the running back position just blows my mind. Dylan Sampson, the speedster, would be an awesome addition. TreVeyon Henderson, I really doubt he's going to be here, man. Quinshon Judkins, even some of these later names, Giddens and Neil Blue. Damian Martinez has been climbing as, one of those monster backs later. And then even further down, man, you got Tootin, one of the faster guys, Manungai, Rocket Sanders, Ollie Gordon. This guy, Merritt, is really climbing boards as well. It's just a really fantastic all-around running class. And I kind of do want my slice of the pie here. Now, do I think Henderson's going to be there? I don't think so. Sampson may not even be there. Judkins, maybe there's a shot. I don't know. It really does feel like a lot of teams are going to be thinking what I'm thinking, right? It's like, hey, there's so many of them. Maybe no reason to be investing such a high pick in one of these guys. Maybe it does, cause one of these dudes to fall, but it's really, really difficult for me to ignore the talent at running back in round 2. And for that reason, I think I'm going to go for it. We already got the edge. Tua Maloau, one of my favorite guys here as well. Olandejo is also quickly climbing for me as well. But I want a slice of this running back class. I think Quinshon Judkins is one of my favorite fits in terms of guys that could be available in the second round. Him and Scatabo and Johnson, all those guys amazing. And I think it would give us just such an excellent, consistent running attack with him and Najee Harris. This upcoming season, then you pass the torch in 2026. This feels like an all-around win for the Bolts. And man, Quinshon Judkins would be a huge win. Henderson would be massive. I'm slightly higher on Henderson. I think he's a great complement to this season as well. But let's go for, in this mock draft, Quinshon Judkins, just to really bring the beef to the position. All right. Next up, in round 3, Olandejo's still there at the edge position, but again, we already got edge covered in the first round. We're really looking for, at this point, some value in round 3. You're still going to find some guys that are excellent starters. Do we? So what do we have so far? Mike Green, Quinshon Judkins. I also really like the interior defensive line class this year in terms of depth. There's some guys that do definitely have my attention. Jordan Phillips from this position is definitely not a bad option. Great, powerful defensive lineman. Should definitely fit what the Chargers are looking for in terms of, pass rush and run defense. He's definitely high on my list right now. Jamari Caldwell, definitely not a bad option. JJ Pegues is one of my favorites. Ty Robinson has been climbing for me as well. These guys, Ty Robinson and Cameron Jackson, very big interior defenders. In this instance, what do we still have available? Kyle Williams, I don't know where to draft him. He's always available in PFF. I would imagine somewhere between rounds 3 and 4. Feels pretty appropriate, but he's a really good wide receiver. Nice physical, deep threat wide receiver. Same with Trey Harris. Difficult. Stavion Williams is one that a lot of Chargers fans have been interested in. But at this point, man, considering who we've picked up already in the positions of need, I think we're going to move into the tight end position that I think is going to be very important to this system going forward. Two of my favorite guys are still available here. And Harold Fannin, who I'm starting to question, is he going to be available in the third round, is going to be the selection for me. This dude, man, I don't know how he does it. I don't think anybody knows how he does it. He just simply produces and produces and produces. And it's a position that the Chargers definitely need to get better at, but it really does scream, potential for a new weapon to come in and complement Ladd McConkey. Give us, the stats that we're looking for from the position. Look at this, man. 1,555 yards, 10 touchdowns. Absolutely absurd. Again, he's not going to blow you away in terms of his size at 6'4". I think it's actually closer to 6'3", 230 pounds. He's not going to give you the blocking stats that, are going crazy. I mean, it's definitely not bad. But he doesn't scream anything crazy in terms of his his build or his archetype or anything like that. He just simply produces, and that's for that reason we're going to take him here in the third round of Mock Draft A. We'll start moving things on along a little bit quicker here. Now in round 4, honestly, Savion Jones is one that's really been on my radar lately. We already got, edge sorted out. This is actually pretty rare for me. Edge is not something that I go crazy about in the first round too often, unless like a Donovan Jackson or especially a Mike Green is available. But at this point, guys that come at a value, Kyle Williams, this dude, man, it depends on who you ask. This could be one of the biggest wide receivers coming out of this year's draft, or just, a pretty mid-wide receiver. Can play out wide despite, the size, not huge 6'4", but definitely not too small either. Plays in the slot a little bit as well, but I would say his biggest trait may be his ability to attack downfield. Very physical wide receiver, can give Justin Herbert that deep target that he's looking for, and finds a lot of success in the part of the field the Chargers need to find more consistency in. This feels like a pretty good value, rounds 3 and 4. I'm going to go Kyle Williams here in round 4 to give us that wide receiver selection to really help round out what we're bringing to the skill position, table here, running back, tight end, wide receiver. All of a sudden, Justin Herbert and the offense feels a little bit more healthy. All right. Next up here in round 5, the Chargers looking for some help in the interior still. Again, I want to take advantage of some of the stronger positions in this draft class, and defensive line has a couple of dogs, man, that I really like here in round 5. These guys could certainly contribute now, as well as in the future. Ty Robinson, Cam Jackson, both of these guys really scream at me as big dudes, in the middle of that line that could really contribute now. I mean, look at this. Ty Robinson, 6 sacks last season in Nebraska. Has the big measurables at 6'6", 310 pounds. Look at Cam Jackson too, man. 6'6", 342 pounds. This guy's huge. But Ty Robinson does bring some of that, production that you're looking for. He certainly does thrive to what the Chargers need in terms of a pass rusher from the interior. He can line up pretty much anywhere. I really like the selection here, so we're going to go with Ty Robinson, interior defensive lineman for the Chargers here in round 5. Let's quickly move on into round 6, where the Chargers at pick 181 could still go Cam Jackson. Honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to 2 selections back-to-back at interior defensive line. It's not something the Chargers have veered away from in the past. You've seen them go back-to-back, or double dip at positions like corner, or wide receiver even last season. Do we go Cam Jackson and Ty Robinson as well? You could make a huge case for it. Other guys I really like, this one would be tough too. Craig Woodson, the DBs out of Cal last season, absolutely insane. Him, Noah Williams, all these guys, excellent physical defenders, great in coverage. Craig Woodson would be a good pick here as well. I'm very tempted to go back-to-back with Cam Jackson as well, I'm not going to lie. What other guys here? Jared Harrison Hunt is also available. You want another interior defensive lineman. We'll see that maybe him and another mock draft later. Zach Frazier, Zaw Frazier. Excuse me, I always see Zach. Zaw Frazier. This guy's a freak, dude. Look at him. 6 foot, 385 pounds. He's kind of a bully out there on the field. Excellent run defender. Certainly does leave something to be desired in man coverage, but he's excellent in zone. Is this around the range that we want to go after him? Where are we? Round 6? I think we do. What do we have in terms of corner right now? Nothing. Who else is available from the corner position? I'm very much so hoping, maybe Craig Woodson makes it back to us. But I think we need to go in on a cornerback. This is a great project player, somebody that I can absolutely see, the Chargers bringing a lot of development to the table. The measurables are insane. Let's go ahead and go with Zaw Frazier in round 6. And the Chargers, we haven't gone this deep before, man. This is 7 rounds. The Chargers have 3 6-round picks. So maybe we'll still see some talent here. Let's do it. Let's my first mock draft go with some of my favorite guys. What's the ADP on here? It's ADP 186. We're going to go Cam Jackson, another interior defender. We already talked a lot about him. And Craig Woodson. I'm honestly very shocked to see him all the way in round 6. I think this is an exceptional player. To give the Chargers some more safety depth. I mean, Jordan Hancock is good too, but the Cal DBs this last year, man, were absolutely exceptional. So we're going to take Craig Woodson here in the 6th. And then finally in the 7th round, let's take a look at some of our handiwork here. Mike Green, Quinshon Judkins. So we got tight end, wide receiver, defensive line, corner, safety. We have 2 more selections. Wow, I keep forgetting that we have 3 or 6-round picks. Jalen Travis, did he get any reps at maybe we need another swing tackle, depending what goes on with Trey at some point on the Chargers offensive line. So maybe this is around the range that you can start looking for something like that. Is there more swing tackle potential still available to the Chargers here? I mean, Jalen Travis is kind of the last guy I sort of know. Where's the other guy? Did he already go off the board? He may have. Miles Frazier, by the way, would be an excellent selection here, too. I don't think he's going to make it to the 6th round. But Jalen Travis, I think, is not a bad pick here. We're going to need a new swing at some point. Who knows what happens with Trey Pipkins this season? Jimmy Horn's not bad. Ooh, another pick at running back. What do we end up getting? Quinshon Judkins. Rocket Sanders, I wouldn't mind double dipping at the position either. This is tough, man. I think ultimately, let's go with... I do like the swing potential in a Jalen Travis selection, but honestly, taking a look at the future of what this team is going to need, maybe Jake Majors is the pick here. I like Jake Majors a lot in terms of what he can bring in the future. The Chargers can certainly develop him. Again, it's another player that you can take your time with. The Chargers already have Andre James. Zion Johnson's going to be competing for starts there as well. The Chargers have options, and of course Bradley Bozeman, who's already on the team. Jake Majors, I think, is an excellent player to take a flyer on here late in the 6th round. Let's go ahead and go with Jake Majors in round 6, who, again, I don't know if he's even going to be there. And then finally here in round 7, Jalen Travis still there, tackle out of Iowa State. I think he's an excellent candidate for a new swing tackle later down the line. I love Raheem Sanders. Nico Reed is not a bad option if you want to go another corner. But ultimately, I think we were talking enough about Jalen Travis where I'm like, okay, we need another swing maybe in the future. Maybe the last year for Trey Pipkins. Jalen Travis, certainly not a bad guy to take a flyer on if you need a good pass blocking swing tackle that can play both sides. He's got the nice size to him at 6'7", 340 pounds. Yeah, I'm going to take this guy here in the 7th round. So here's mock draft A for all you guys out there. Mike Green, which honestly, that gets me a little giddy. Like, that's an excellent value. He's a great pickup for the future of this team. Then you got some playmakers in Judkins and Fannin. Kyle Williams is an excellent playmaker and value, I'm going to say, in the 4th round. I don't think he makes it there. I think he's a fantastic player not a lot of people are talking about. Ty Robinson, Zaw Frazier, Cam Jackson. We double dipped at defensive line. I feel awesome about that choice and that value there. Craig Woodson, Jake Majors, and Jalen Travis. There's your mock draft A. Let's go to mock draft B. How long are we into this video already? My goodness, it's going to be a long one. My apologies. But these on-the-fly ones, you got to think, right? You got to take your time and figure out what you want to do. As the Chargers, have so many draft picks this season, how are we going to attack it? So now here in mock draft B, I think we're going to go kind of tried and true on this one. There's some guys that I think the Chargers have a good shot, of selecting. Donovan Ezraku, Don't sleep on Luther Burden. That's all I'm going to say. Luther Burden could be an excellent decision for the Chargers in round 1. He's got excellent, even if his measurables don't scream it, he can play X, man. He's got that Antonio Brown energy to him. He can really attack where the Chargers are trying to improve. And again, it's a player that I would pay attention to. But we're going to go tried and true with Colston Loveland. Not much explanation needed there. The Chargers needing a tight end. It's your Michigan guy. He's one of the best vertical threats in this class. He gets comped to guys like Travis Kelce a lot. Big reason why he's one of the best, talents in this year's draft. They're going into round 2. Cam Scatabo already off the board. Kind of the guy I was sort of looking for, which is insane. You guys remember just a few months ago, Cam Scatabo was being drafted in like the 4th round. If you were lucky, sometimes the 3rd round. I don't know, man. It's absolutely crazy to see his ascension. He would have been an excellent selection here in the 2nd round. But, the Chargers did get themselves a nice offensive piece in the 1st round. Do we go defense in the 2nd round? Benjamin Morrison, and, again, one of my favorites. Is that edge defender gone? I bet he is. Oh, yeah, Jack Sawyer already off the board. Another guy that I think sneakily could fit on this team very well. Olendejo is another one. Jared Ivey. Some good edge defenders here. Again, a position I'm hoping to hit on at some point. I think 2nd round is kind of where I'm still feeling okay about it. Norman Lott is certainly not a bad option here, but let's really bring a boost to this offense in this mock draft. I don't know if he's going to be here, but I don't know if you're going to find a better, X receiver on the board later down in the mock. Jaden Higgins, everybody knows the name. We know why we love him. 6'4", 215, ran a great 40. Really reliable on the outside, 9 touchdowns, so he's a red zone threat as well. 1,200 yards just about last season. Brings everything you're kind of looking for from the position. Great route running for his size. The route tree is impressive. Hands, a drop rate of 2.2. He does not drop footballs, which is what this team needs. We're going to go Jaden Higgins here in the 2nd round of Mock Draft B. So I can already tell there's going to be some fans of Mock Draft B in this comment section, especially considering that Femi Oladejo did fall to us now in the 3rd round. I cannot ignore that. This is a great prospect for the Chargers to maybe, develop. He's consistently disruptive. 7 sacks last season, 7 hits, 19 hurries. Definitely a guy that I think really could shine with the Chargers in rotation. And, we're trying to hit on the edge position as much as possible. If I see a value like this guy in the 3rd round, I'm going to take it. And again, it's not impossible. Olendejo, represents what happens every single season. If Jordan Phillips was here too, that could have been the pick. But that talent always falls at some point, and maybe we do find a value in the 3rd round. So Olendejo, I'm going to take here in the 3rd round as our edge selection for this mock draft. Now moving into mock draft 4, it's going to be insane seeing Kyle Williams in every mock draft, man. I don't know if I could ignore it. It's just too much, man. But, we already took him in one mock draft. Maybe we'll move towards another position here. And we already got Jaden Higgins in this mock draft. Some guys that I kind of like here in the 4th round. If we didn't already go edge, Savion Jones is not a bad pick. Tyler Batty at a BYU. I got to see him play 4 times in person. He's definitely not a bad choice for the Chargers. If you're looking for like that, I don't know, in this system, like an interior 3-4 defensive end. He's got that nice power, little bit of that Joey Bosa-esque style to his pass rush, but certainly not on his level. Benjamin, is it your sick? This is actually a sneakily good I would say tight end as well. Definitely not bad in terms of what you're looking for from a vertical guy. He's got that Dennis Pitta energy to him, which is certainly fun. But in this round, considering what the Chargers have drafted already in this mock draft, we went wide receiver, tight end, edge. I still want a slice of this running back class, and it's kind of drying up a little bit. I was hoping to maybe get lucky and see a guy, fall to us here in the 4th. Where did all these guys get drafted? Maybe there's Giddens up here. But I'm still pretty happy with, Jaden Blue being the top guy still available. Again, there's some guys down the board that I'm certainly not upset about taking a shot on that could, really pan out to be the dudes later. But Jaden Blue, very, very fast. Does have some nice size to him, 200 pounds, maybe a little bit on the lighter side, but 6 foot, you can maybe add a little bit of mass to that. But really, overall, a very, very good running back that could really complement Najee Harris this season. Smooth yet explosive, natural hands as a receiver. Again, the speed is already insane. We knew that. Very agile. Jaden Blue could certainly pop off, here from the middle rounds in terms of selection. So, and he's a good complement for this year too. With Najee Harris. So let's go Jaden Blue in round 4 for the Chargers. Round 5, the Bolts. Kyle Williams still on the board, making me cry a little bit inside. We're going to go ahead and select a player that I think has some excellent upside for the future. Okay, Isaac Tesla is one that I've had my eye on. He's kind of your big slot, 6'4", huge guy. You got Ty Robinson and Cam Jackson, where we talked about, but this guy Seth McLaughlin, this dude, I think injured this last season, or I should say injured period, right? He's going to be falling down boards because he's probably not going to be as available this year as a lot of teams are hoping. But what an investment for future seasons. This guy absolutely worthy of like a 3rd round pick, maybe higher in future drafts if he was simply available. And that injury is going to, cause some future planning. Like, you're going to have to be set at the position, and the Chargers right now have plenty of competition. We're looking to build to the future. This would be an excellent value pick, for 2026 and going forward. So Seth McLaughlin, definitely a great pickup, and one that could certainly work out as a future, investment pick for this team. So we're going to go Seth McLaughlin here in round 5. Round 6, Chargers 3 picks here. I think I kind of have an idea of what I want to do with this. First off, it's going to be so tough. Did we go interior defensive line yet? It's going to be so tough ignoring, Ty Robinson in all these drafts. So let's go ahead and make it easier on ourselves. I know I try to make, picks, a little different every time. I think Tim Smith wouldn't be a bad pick a little later. Where's the guy to SMU as well? Is he still on the board over here? Tonka Hemingway is not a bad pick either, but the value at this point and the need, I'm going to go Ty Robinson one more time. Apologies. I don't like to double dip too much in these mock drafts, but I think it was appropriate here. Logan Brown, man, maybe I should have taken him first. That was going to be the pick here with the second 6 mock, seeing as we do need another one. Did we go Craig Woodson in the last one? Did we get Craig Woodson? Yes, we did. Mumfield Hunt is also a nice double dip target for the Chargers there. Man, I was really kind of hoping the other guy would be here. What about cornerback? Are there other corners I like outside of Zoff Frazier? Nico Reed I like a lot. We can get him a little later, I think. What pick do we have right now? 199. It's kind of pushing it maybe a little bit, but I like Nico Reed. Jalen Smith. Oh, Shamari Simmons is also not a bad pick here, too. This is a nice, big, physical run blocking, or say run defending corner. Maybe we can take a little later, too. Maybe we do double dip at corner like we did last season. But we got the big defensive lineman. At this point, we took Jalen Travis in the last one. This is tough. Maybe we do go Nico Reed now. Because do we have any corners so far? No. Let's go Nico Reed now. I like him good enough. Maybe a little on the lighter side. 180 at 5'10". But he does have pretty good, like he's the effort is there, right? Great in zone, really good in run defense. Yeah, I think that we can make worse decisions here in round 6. We're going to go Nico Reed here. We'll take, how many more do we have? 2 more 6-round picks. Oh, excuse me, we have 4? My goodness, man, it's absolutely insane. 4 6-round picks. Unbelievable. Because it's like, how many players can you think of would be good from this, from this range? There is one. Okay, Caden Prather is not a bad outside receiver too. Is this the guy that took a lot of? This is your outside guy. Let's go ahead and take Caden Prather here. Even though we already went Jaden Higgins, this could be an excellent guy in terms of depth a little bit later on, especially if you're still looking for a guy at this point. Maybe we look his way in mock draft C. Let's see, where are we now? 214. Let's double dip, man. I think this, we got Jaden Blue. I want to double dip at running back at some point. Let's do it now, right? Running back, there's still some guys that I think the Chargers would be interested in. Donovan Edwards sneakily could pop with this team. I'm telling you guys this right now. Donovan Edwards, one of the biggest names in college football a couple of years ago, really fell off last year, kind of replaced with Mullings. But he sneakily could work in a Jim Harbaugh offense, obviously. Selected very, very late. But the guy I really like that I want to draft at least once in this mock draft, Raheem Sanders, Rocket Sanders, out of South Carolina. This dude fast, especially when you consider his size. 6 feet tall, 230 pounds. I think he ran in the mid 4.4s, which is unbelievable for a running back this size. He needs a lot of work, right? He needs a lot of, refinement, coaching up, whatever you want to call it. But those, measurables are very rare. So we're going to go ahead and take Rocket Sanders here with our last 6th round pick. And then we're going to round it out with my corner. I like this corner, Shamari Simmons, out of Arizona State a lot. I think this is the kind of physical corner that you're looking for on this team. Run defense, great. It's excellent. He's got the big measurables that you're looking for from the position. 6 foot, almost 200 pounds. I like the guy a lot. So we're going to take double dip at corner once again this year. Here's your mock draft B. Mock draft B in 7 rounds, man. This is absolutely insane. 3 mock drafts. What were you thinking, director? This video is already insanely long. There's your mock draft B. Let's move into mock draft C swiftly. We're going to see if we can go through this one a little bit quicker. But it's tough, man, because there's so many different angles that the Chargers could take this season, especially considering with how good they were last year in the first draft for our new GM and Joe Ortiz. So taking a look at mock draft C, still some interesting names on the board. I think, 10 out of 10 times with the names available here, maybe 9 out of 10 times, you're probably going Colston Loveland. There's been a lot of talk about maybe the Chargers trading down to get Gray Zabel at a value. He's also a guy to kind of consider in terms of you want elite play from center or guard. I mean, tackle, yeah, sure, maybe he could still play there as well, but my goodness, is this one of the best prospects in the draft if you want the most flexible, most efficient offensive lineman. But ultimately, I again, it's really difficult for me to imagine the Chargers not taking some beef at some point really, really high. Whenever I see Kenneth Grant on the board, it's almost an automatic pick for me. But this guy, Walter Nolan, who has been climbing a lot lately, I'm kind of shocked to see him not available to me as often as he was a few days ago on PFF. This is a nasty, nasty interior defensive lineman. He's as violent as you're looking for. He's as big as you're looking for, 6'3", 305. Maybe could add a little bit, but this guy, I mean, as nasty of a player as you could find. Very, very strong, freakishly strong. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, incredibly strong. Really does bring I'm not going to say the athleticism, but just the power and the effort is so obvious when you watch him play. He is a problem from the interior, and for that reason, we haven't done it so far. We took the tight end, we took the edge, but I want to go interior because, again, interior defensive line, running back, those are the 2 strongest positions this draft. Walter Nolan is exceptional. He's a freak, and I do think that the Chargers would have someone to really build around for their future and find a lot of success this year, man. I think Walter Nolan's going to really light the league on fire. Ole Miss really made some awesome players, and I think Walter Nolan's going to certainly be at the top of the list there. Next, round 2, the Chargers starting things off in the trenches on the defensive side are going to be looking to maybe add some pieces to this offense to really help things move along for Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert needed some help. And this one's going to be a little difficult for me because, again, I love going running back in the second round. I want to say, let's just go Trevian Henderson, or let's just go, Quinshon Judkins, or, is Cam Scatabo still on the board? I don't see him selected pretty high to the Dolphins. But we need some help for Justin Herbert, and I think there's a guy who is just sneakily just fit. He's built for Justin Herbert, and I think these two could really thrive for the longest time. Let's see if he's even available here. He's been climbing a lot. No, there he is. Let's go with Mason Taylor out of LSU. He's been receiving a lot of hype for all the right reasons. Yes, Elijah Arroyo, also an excellent tight end, ranked, a bit higher than Mason Taylor. But Mason Taylor, man, just all around, this is your vertical guy, dude. This is another wide receiver, playing at the tight end position. This guy, if you're looking for a Ladd McConkey compliment, if you're looking for a guy for Justin Herbert, this is the dude, man. And we do have, Tyler Conklin this year to help ease in Mason Taylor, but this feels like a stud. And Mason Taylor, Harold Fannin, Gunnar Helm, these are kind of my guys at tight end. And I'm really looking for the next vertical threat that's special. Outside of the top two guys, it's kind of tough to say who's it going to be, but Mason Taylor just feels like a special player on the Chargers in particular with Justin Herbert, okay? Another guy that, again, I'm starting to see fall a little bit, not too much, but one would be an awesome value to the Chargers here in the third round. Jalen Royals out of Utah State. Very physical wide receiver, also pretty, athletic, can attack the deep parts of the field when you need to. Has played excellent, on the outside. You can throw him in the slot if you need to, but this is where the Chargers need help, is on the outside. Really does feel like that, contested catch guy, but just perimeter guy that is very reliable. The Chargers are going to need something like that, especially now that, Josh Palmer has moved on to the Buffalo Bills. That feels like an excellent selection here in the third round. Trey Harris would be an awesome, again, if you're looking for a perimeter guy, this is your dude, right? This is the big physical, archetype that you're looking for. 6'3", 210 pounds. We still have guys in terms of, running back that I like a lot here. RJ Harvey would be an excellent selection for the Chargers too. I'm actually pretty conflicted, man. Jalen Royals is an amazing value. I don't think he will be available in the third round, but that would be an excellent value. Tate Ratledge is one of my favorite prospects in terms of interior offensive line. He would be a nasty run defender for the Chargers, maybe even a future center at that as well. Trey Harris is an excellent perimeter receiver. Man, but ultimately, what did I say in this video? I want to take advantage of the two best positions in this draft, and it's defensive line and running back. You know what? RJ Harvey, Giddens, Neal, all these guys are amazing, but Harvey's on another level for me. He's just all around extremely talented. Athletic. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, again, maybe not the great long speed, but it just really translates on film when he's like making a move, making a play, has to get, additional yardage. I don't know. RJ Harvey, all around excellent running back. I think he would be a tremendous weapon for this offense. Really good compliment again to Najee Harris this season. I want to take advantage of this running back class, and if a talent like RJ Harvey is still available in the third round, I'm going to go after it. Another player that I've been hoping to draft in today's mock draft, Savion Jones. I don't know if you guys have seen this guy. This dude is relentless. Like, he looks like, I don't know, an animal. Just like the Wolverine, just trying to get at the quarterback all game long. His effort is tremendous. He's got big size to him, 6'6", 280. I really like, the aggression that comes out of this guy. You can rotate him in. Yeah, look, relentless motor. Maximum effort on every play. That's something I think the Chargers can turn into a lot of success. And again, we want to go edge at some point. I feel pretty good about, round, what is this, 4 in terms of some value guys. Again, I like Tyler Batty a lot. I was hoping to get Noel Williams at some point too, but this is a good position to go after right now in the 4th, and I think he's a good guy to rotate in this season and maybe draft, or I should say develop into something later. But Savion Jones, effort, and I like seeing that from the edge position. Here in round 5, let's see who we can find, man. We got our interior guys. We got our edge. We got our running back, tight end. Still kind of looking for wide receiver. No Kyle Williams for the first time in a while. But maybe we'll find somebody who I kind of like here in the 5th round. Who are we looking at? Ty Felton's not bad. Isaac Tesla, I love him so much. This is a big slot. How is he going to perform on the outside? Where we're going to need, that size and speed to come into play. I don't know. Dante Thornton is one of my favorite guys, sneakily in the later part. Nick Nash, Caden Prather. Might be a little high, but in round 5, I'm going Dante Thornton, man. This guy's super fast, really tall, 6'5", 214 pounds. Becoming one of my guys of the draft. I love Dante Thornton. I think he's exactly kind of what you're looking for like a Mike Williams backup. Look at this guy's contested catch rate, man. 75% is absolutely stupid. And I'm willing to take a shot on that upside, man. So Dante Thornton, welcome to the Chargers. Round 6, of which the Chargers have 4 selections, apparently. Unbelievable. Let's get going here, man. Who did we say we wanted last time that we're like, maybe we skipped out. Maybe he's not available in this mock draft in round 6. It was Logan Brown before. That's okay. Let's see who else we have available to the Bolts. We could go Ty Felton, double dip at wide receiver. Ty Felton a little bit, slept on by some people, but again, maybe the drops. Was it the drops that I didn't like? No, 7-7's not bad. Contested catch, not bad. I remember liking Ty Felton a lot. He could be another nice piece, but the Chargers at this point, maybe, I don't know, overabundant at wide receiver. I don't want to give up on Rice. You know, there's a chance that, Keenan Allen comes back to play for the Chargers. Now, of course, we do have Thornton on the roster. Maybe there's just a little bit too much going on there. Maybe we get more defensive line depth. Of course, we did invest our first round pick in defensive line, but definitely not a bad idea to have more depth, especially guys that can move around the line. I like Hunt a lot for that reason. Jared Harrison Hunt, this guy, 8 sacks at SMU last season from the interior. You can move him pretty much wherever you need. Great depth piece, 6'4", 294. Maybe you could add a little bit of mass, but certainly a guy that I want in terms of depth because of his versatility. So let's go Jared Harrison Hunt with the first pick in the 6th round. Next pick, we already took Craig Woodson. What about Jordan Hancock? I remember kind of liking him. He plays a lot in the box. No, I'm thinking about another. This is your deep safety. That's right, deep safety. Decent in coverage. We need another one of those. I do think the Chargers at some point need another safety. What about the Arizona State guy? Let's take a look at the safeties here. Just in terms of depth, right? RJ Mickens still available here. Good coverage grade. Decent in run defense, plays in the box a lot, so he's versatile. Maybe we go with this guy. I haven't really looked much into him, but I mean, dude, look at that ADP at 174, rank of 108. Can't go wrong with that. And at this point in the 7th round, 6th round, you guys can give me a little bit of leeway here, right? Even though I like Craig Woodson, I know Craig Woodson. Let's go with the safety that's highly rated at a Clemson. I definitely need a little bit more depth at that position. I'm starting to lose a little steam here, guys. We are now, almost 41 minutes into the video. Let's wrap things up here. So the Chargers so far in mock draft C, we got defensive line, tight end, running back, wide receiver, edge, defensive line again, safety. Do we want to double dip at running back one more time? RJ Harvey, insane. He's going to be awesome for this team. I kind of do want to compliment him with Donovan Edwards. Maybe we wrap it up in round 7 with Donovan Edwards as kind of your power guy of the future if you needed another one. Swing, tackle, guard, or anybody. Jake Majors, again, we could go with. Miles Frazier, he shouldn't be here. I don't think there's a shot that he's available in the 6th, but he's here on this. We got to take him. This guy's going to be incredible in the NFL. Great pass blocker. Yeah, he's awesome. He's going to be a great swingman in the NFL. In terms of depth for this season, he's going to be great. But he's got a shot to start at some point, man. I think Miles Frazier is an excellent guy to take here in the 6th. I think you got to maybe take him a little bit higher. Maybe even like the 4th or 5th round, man. I don't know. But Miles Frazier, for the sake of this mock draft, we'll take him there. Do we go back-to-back Fraziers? I think we already took Frazier once, right? We did take him once. So we go back-to-back Frazier with Zav Frazier at cornerback. Jason Marshall is another guy I was kind of looking at. He's got some nice size to him. Andrew Armstrong. We don't need another wide receiver at this point. We do need to go corner at some point, right? I think, we do need to go corner. I think it's time to find a cornerback. Zav Frazier is definitely the number 1 guy. We already took my other guy in Shamari Simmons. It's got to be Frazier, right? I mean, Jason Marshall's definitely not bad as well. 6'1". He's got the size that you're looking for a perimeter guy. Definitely versatile. It's just so hard to pass up on the measurables of Zav Frazier. Tell you what, if Frazier falls to us one more time, we'll grab him. But we're going to take Jason Marshall for the sake of, variety. Let's see if, he does not. Oh, Zav Frazier's still there. Let's do it. Let's double dip at cornerback here in round 6 and 7. Zav Frazier, Jason Marshall. I did really want to we've already taken Frazier. Shoot. Okay. Let's do what we said before. I want to wrap it up with double dipping at running back one more time. This class is insane. It would be Raheem Sanders for sure. But I also want to see what, Jim Harbaugh does with Donovan Edwards on this team. Donovan Edwards, guys, you forget how impactful he was to that Michigan team, the national champion Michigan team in that season. Just absolutely insane to think that he's fallen down, to undrafted in round 7 territory. I can't believe that. I'm going to say the Chargers. Let's take a shot at Donovan Edwards, see what happens. See if he could be that complement to RJ Harvey in the future. Imagine that, man. RJ Harvey, Donovan Edwards, that's an awesome 1-2 punch going forward. So I'm willing to take a shot on him there. So there you guys have it. Longer episode today, but certainly a really fun one. Tell me what you guys think. Here's Mock Draft A one more time. Mike Green, Judkins, Fannin, Williams, Robinson, Frazier, Jackson, Woodson, Majors, and Travis. That's a pretty good mock draft. Mock draft B, we got Loveland, Higgins, Owendejo, Blue, McLaughlin, Robinson, Reed, Prather, Sanders, and Simmons. Again, another really solid mock draft. And then mock draft C, which, again, this is my sleeper right now, man. Walter Nolan's insane. Mason Taylor's a great fit. RJ Harvey's an awesome value, and he's going to be an RB1 on this team. Savion Jones, Dante Thornton. This has just got an immense amount of talent all over it as well. So mock drafts, so you guys let me know which one of these mock drafts is your favorite. We wrap up this 45-minute episode. Mock draft, is this going to be mock draft 6? Mock draft 6.0? Insane, man. Only one mock draft episode left. I would imagine we're going to do at least one live mock draft at some point on the channel. So guys, keep your eyes peeled for that. But certainly a fun one, man. The first one I've kind of done on the fly. A lot of the
Action!
A lot of the times the episode's a little bit shorter because I've already kind of wrapped things up, made a bunch of slides, but it's fun to kind of share my process in terms of thought process as we do a live mock draft together. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been The Director. If you like what you saw here, hit us up with a like and sub on your way out. We'll see you next time, and as always, bolt up, stay frosty. Let's go, man. Mike Green in the first round, that would make me pretty happy.
Action!
Who's got it better than us?